is a yak. Yeah, it's time to talk shop and do it.
Presented by Roback. We're going to get into this cast in just a moment. Summer is here, and there's no better way to spend it than with Roback. I got the little Roback dog on right now. You guys know how much we love Roback, and the only way to describe it is feel the best fit, best comfort, best feel. Very stretchy, too, so it's, moisture wicking. Very, very nice. Finally, Roback has made its way getting the shorts. They got gym shorts, joggers, everyday shorts. They're the definition of comfort and made for activity. So whether it's a chilly summer morning or a hot day, Roback bottoms are your answer. Use code YAK, Y-A-K, on Roback.com for 20% off your first purchase through the end of this week. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all polos, hoodies, shorts, and more. Code YAK. So we got a different cast and crew today. I didn't really know what I was expecting this morning. I thought we were going to do just a booth show, maybe Sass. I see Stanko giving me the stank eye from the way corner. I thought we were going to do just a booth show maybe, and maybe Sass would be here. So Roan is moving. The rest, Nick and KB, it is Monkey Boy Night in
Nashua.
I don't even know what state that's in.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire, okay. So they're there with Clemmer tonight for Monkey Boy Day. Brandon is, I know he's in Chicago, but he had an obligation today, and Big Cat also had something today. So we did it here, and we've got Gia to my left, returning favorite. We've got the Wonton Don over here.
How are you?
From Parts Unknown.
Yep.
And then the Six God himself, Michael Greer.
What's up?
Everyone's favorite Canadian, the vibes guy on Out of Order, which is awesome. I watch it every I don't want to say every week because it's, every 3 weeks, every month?
Every month, yeah. Once a month.
How'd you get involved in that?
Owen just asked. he was like, I think you'd be good for like contributing ideas and stuff, and I really got nothing else to contribute. I can't do camera, I can't edit, I can't do anything, so that's why they gave me vibes. I feel kind of dirty every time I see I'm even credited on it, but
Do you contribute ideas, or do you only contribute vibes?
I try to contribute ideas, yeah, I do, but those mostly come from the more talented people on the crew than myself.
Okay. Do you grab people coffees?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I should, though. I tried vlogging for a little bit, and that didn't work out at all. On the shoot for the Welcome to Moe's sketch, I brought a camera, and like everything vlog worthy, I just didn't have the camera out ever. Like Feidelberg would turn and be like, "Did you get that for the vlog?" And I'd be like, "No, I didn't. I missed everything." So yeah, there's no vlog incoming, at least not manned by me.
Caddying is like the best job to have when you're younger. Like I feel like all my guy friends would caddy and they would make like thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So in China, all of the caddies are 40-year-old women.
Oh.
Yeah. What? Yeah. They're all like.
Is there a specific?
I don't know how 40s. I feel about that.
I don't think there's not like a single male caddy in China. It's
That's so interesting.
By choice?
I doubt it.
It's just like, yeah, that's if you're a 40-year-old woman looking for a job.
Do they tip the same way in China as they do in America, or?
I didn't play a lot of golf in China, but for food you don't tip.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I left a single tip the entire 8 years I was there.
Right. Yeah.
And then one time I accidentally left the equivalent of 50 cents on my table, and I was walking out, and I was maybe 2 blocks away, and someone chased me down out of the restaurant. Was like, "You left this."
Wow.
Yeah, so they really don't fuck with tips.
That's interesting. 40-year-old women.
That is cool. When we were out at the Combine with PMT, we went to a driving range and we met some people that Big Cat knew. And one of these guys, they were I guess a little bit older than us in finance. He was saying that his brother-in-law, he got married very young, out of college, and his sister was a little bit older, so she was married, and he was a amateur golfer. And his caddy, similar to, I guess, Jerry's cat, or this guy, got sick. So he was like, "Hey, would you mind caddying for me this weekend? You don't have to do anything. I know the course. Just kind of hold the bag and, whatever." So he was like, "Sure, yeah, no problem." This guy won the tournament. So what you don't realize is when the guy wins a tournament, he's winning, a ton of money. The caddy gets a cut of that. So he's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, wow.
I got like 65 grand as
Holy
like a
shit.
22-year-old,
That's sick.
like basically
great.
cash.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it seems like a pretty sweet gig. I was hoping Jerry was gonna last, but I guess this guy saw the action his dude was getting and was like, better hurry back into the office. Speaking of the office, Nikki Smokes, first week. Coming in hot, a very polarizing character already.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter, Nate was like, can someone blog about something that's not Barbie or Nick Smokes? And I was confused about who Nick Smokes was. TJ kind of gave me the rundown about him. And I don't know how I feel about him, to be honest.
I mean, he certainly got a great opportunity,
Yeah.
and he took advantage of it. But how are you? I mean, he's super divisive. I saw
He's
Kareem's
in the
blog.
Chicago office now, right?
So he got a 1-year deal. I don't know when that started, but he just started appearing. I heard that he was going to move to Chicago. I didn't know that was official.
Okay.
I think his first day was Monday. I don't know if that was like officially or first day in the Chicago office. I don't know the backstory there. But I think this is his first week, or at least his first week really on the map. He's certainly been making an impression.
It was his birthday yesterday too. I don't know if you saw that.
And Jerry took him out for his birthday, which was a very nice thing. But Donnie, you've been here for a while. What do you think of a new guy coming in this hot?
Yeah, so I don't really know the guy at all. I haven't seen.
I don't think anybody does.
I haven't seen any content he's been in, but I think just people are sort of upset that he just got like a 100K contract.
Sure.
Solely based off a bet, but I guess you can't really blame him for that. Like,
Yeah.
Dave made the bet. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are some people here not getting paid 100K, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Right.
Controversial.
But I think controversy can help you at this company. So, yeah, he might be able to ride the controversy for a while and make a name for himself. We'll see.
Gru, you've been here for more than a while. I remember interviewing you.
Yeah, you did.
I always thought you
Cow
were a
futures?
producer.
I did,
Cow
yeah.
futures?
I did agricultural futures before coming here. Yeah.
I remember you explained it to me a very, very long time ago in one of those like side rooms where
Yeah.
I like interviewed you very like unofficially.
Yeah. Yeah. I basically had the job and it was just like meeting people. We mostly talked about like where I should live.
Okay. Yeah.
That's when I felt it was like a done deal where we were talking about where I should move to. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not really in content. I'm not going to like shit talk anyone. I'm not the only thing I'd say is like the crying on camera thing. I was like, ugh. Like you're not crying over Jalen Ramsey. Enough of that.
Did he actually cry?
I think.
I didn't see that.
Know. It was kind of cringeworthy, but other than that, I don't really care about like
Speaking of someone,
what's he supposed to do? Not accept the contract?
Right.
Right.
Speaking of someone who kind of used controversy to ride the way to the top, nobody knew who you were until someone posted a photo of you passed out on the streets of Nantucket. Dave was like,
True.
"This is our data guy," and then you kind of just like
TJ,
kind
we
of
have that
used
picture?
that, and like now
I wouldn't say I used that. I tried to ignore that for the most part.
Wait, did Dave tweet it?
Yeah, Dave retweeted that and was like, "This is our data guy," which is the awesome thing about working at Barstool Sports, because if that happens at any other company, you're fired immediately.
Yeah, and I did not feel great about that when it went out. I was heading back from Nantucket, and like I was like, oh fuck, like I'm fucked when I go in tomorrow, and everyone was just laughing about it. So that fortunately turned out all right for me. Stu would use it in like presentations.
Your manager.
Yeah,
That's
for, like,
hilarious.
a year or two afterwards, he'd be like, "This data is brought to you by this guy,"
That's so
like
funny.
before starting it. So yeah, it worked out all right.
When we originally had planned for a booth show, I wanted everyone to bring like a favorite memory from the act, and we just kind of talk through it. You guys are obviously not prepared for that, but is there anything that stands out maybe in your mind, and maybe Za and TJ and Connor can go first to buy you guys some time, but is there any type of moment that stands out for you that just makes you laugh, whether it be a clip or an episode? I think TJ, if you want to queue up, I think the Nick's dad one, this one always makes, whenever I'm sitting in the booth, and I'm usually in the spot Connor's occupying right now, and I'm making clips, something that consistently makes me laugh is when Brandon laughs, because I think
He
like
does
Nick
it.
and KB, especially like back in the old days, used to intentionally do things to try and make Brandon laugh. So whenever and it's not like it's super rare, but whenever Brandon laughs really hard, I always think it's very funny. And whenever KB laughs, which is a little bit more rare, that's also quite a treat. So this was one of my favorite clips from back in the day.
Went well. Me and some of the fellas got together for a fantasy draft. The old man is in my league. He's in our league. Drafted with
Your
us.
straight ass dad.
My straight ass dad. Yeah, first overall
Of
pick.
course, he loves that shit.
Yeah, he does.
Who did he take?
He must have been drunk or something. He took Eric Decker.
I mean, Eric Decker.
Been in the league in 2 years.
Prime for a comeback, though. His great hands, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why Decker.
I don't know either.
Did he go back to? Was it chalk after that, or was
Yeah, pretty much.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. He was on none of our rankings.
Maybe he knows something. Maybe he knows something that everybody else doesn't know.
This was back in the
Maybe he
day
just
when it
loves
was
Jesse James.
serious, and I don't believe we were officially a YouTube show, just judging by the desk. I think this was in the serious days, so we didn't have video, but you could see it going early on when like Nick and like Brandon's already starting to laugh, and it's like it wasn't like the most like clever thing that's ever been said out of any of those guys, but it's kind of the way it was set up. And the Nick straight dad thing, when it started, had such a funny thing because he would always try and sneak in those jokes, and the Eric Decker thing was just like, you know, maybe the most handsome receiver that's ever walked the earth.
It's very on brand for you to choose a fantasy football team.
Yes.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. But Czar, TJ, did you guys have anything you wanted to share? Connor?
I'll say from my own perspective, like actually being a part of it, because usually I just watch the show. I'm upstairs at my
Sure.
desk, like watching on the laptop. But being here for Case Race 4, the Stinky Cloud was the hardest I've ever laughed. Because I was out there with you, Jay,
Yes.
filming you in the cloud, and I was in the stink with you, essentially. Everybody else is trying to duck from it. I'm like, I still have to film. I have to get the angle.
Did someone fart in the studio, or what was that?
No.
Oh,
It was,
way more than
like
that.
a stink bomb?
yeah, it was stink bombs and other stuff. So everyone brought in an ingredient or
Okay.
something
Something that's stinky?
to something stinky too, and we ordered like this tent. So I was gonna go in the tent for, I think, did Kate originally get it or I got it?
Well, because you got it. No, Kate got it, and then I think you used it for the where
You
you're like,
guys
oh, when your
switched,
coworkers
didn't you?
won't get boosted or like stuff like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Relatively good.
It's in here. Why is it in here? Oh, it's so
So Za
bad.
took
Why is it
like
in here?
cut a piece of his dreadlock off and lit it on fire.
Oh, it just hit me.
There was some type of stink bomb. There was some type
This is
of
total chaos, and I love every second of it.
liquid that smelled like
bad
diarrhea.
eggs.
Gross
eggs.
Shit.
Oh my God! Why is it?
Oh, KB
my
is
face.
going for it. KB's going for it. I just got it. Oh,
Fuck you guys.
That
Fuck you.
that reminds me of the one episode. I don't know what the context was behind the reasoning, but it was like whoever farted could leave the room, and you can't leave until you
yes,
fart.
that's such a good one.
That was the first one that you guys did was probably, and I have the humor of a 12-year-old, and so farting just makes me die laughing, and that was probably one of the funniest like compilations I've ever watched of you guys like holding the mics up to your butts and farting, and some of the farts were so funny and so gross, like it was-
When Doug's came in. And it was like, if you can't fart, you can get like a celebrity shot from the office.
He
and
just walked in and
Kate picked up and
it was the
and got
perfect
Doug's.
part.
Well,
Can you please pull that up if you have it?
the best part about that was the 1-2 punch, because it started off with Roan asking one of Glennie's angels, do you poop out of that thing?
To avoid that.
To avoid that.
To
So
avoid
he got out
having
of
a
it,
fart.
and then immediately afterwards, or it was either right before or right after, yeah, then Doug's lets out the
He had walked into the studio for 20 seconds. And it was like, he didn't know what was coming.
Thank you, dogs. Thank you.
He had just had 5 guys. I know that.
Really?
Yeah. So
That is so unbelievably funny. Oh my god. Yeah, and like I don't know if it was Big Cat or someone, but someone had like the squeakiest. Like it was just so funny.
I enjoyed,
leave until
speaking
you
of
fart.
gross shit like that, one of my favorite moments doesn't even involve regular Yak Crew when Quiggs came on and talked about shitting himself at the Indian wedding.
All over his Kurta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sticks out to me.
Quiggs is an all-time character, graphic god.
You guys have like a really wide reach, so I found it hilarious when you spent the entire yak making fun of that guy who did the rizzed up Livy.
Oh, yeah,
Livy
yeah.
Gronk, rizzed up Livy, and then like right afterwards he tweeted a photo of him wearing yak merch. Like, oh, come on, guys, I'm a fan.
Sound off in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the sass like imitating him that
Yeah,
TikTok
that was so funny.
killed me. I watched that so many times.
So one of the ones that Big Cat would do would always make me laugh too. When he's like, "The weekend won't pop his top off, but Drake tops his pop off all the time." He couldn't like get it right. It was so funny.
He went through a big stage, and this was like pretty recently, where he just
doing
had
those
the
videos.
ring light, and he
Yeah,
would,
the one with
Connor, you were
Sydney
doing this with
Sweeney
him.
is also a really funny one too.
We might be done with that. I don't know if he wants to do those anymore.
That's fair.
Because he would say sometimes when we would record, I'm like, I feel so dumb doing this. But it was fun. It was interesting to edit, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one that comes to mind is just recency bias, but when I was on the show and we did Fishbowl and Kate said Charlotte Johansson, that was so funny. I don't know if you
This
guys
was
remember.
the tank race, the fish.
No,
tank race?
this was when we played Fishbowl. Like it was
Salad
like
bowl,
3
salad
weeks
bowl.
ago. Oh yeah, salad bowl. Sorry, that my friends from college call it Fishbowl, but I forget what the paper said, but someone said she said Charlotte Johansson instead of Scarlett Johansson, and it was so funny.
That game always.
Yeah, it always makes me laugh.
Sorry, TJ. Did you have any ones from your years of experience doing this show?
My favorite episode was when we the Nick toe surgery episode.
Oh yeah.
That entire sequence, I think I just cry laughing the entire episode.
Is that when he had like a
goose out of the box?
He had an ingrown toe,
Oh,
so
ingrown
we
toe,
had
yeah.
KB try to remove it.
The
but
toenail, yeah,
It
yeah,
turned
yeah.
into literally them just doing surgery on Nick's foot with like, I had like hospital music, like ambiance playing in the background, and then security guard Dan whipped out like a
the bottle of
gigantic
vodka.
bottle of
Yeah, that was
vodka.
so funny.
That's an all-time.
I think that's my
moment.
favorite
Yeah.
episode.
And that like even became a meme, that picture of him like holding up the bottle of vodka out of the backpack.
Yeah.
Or was that different?
No, that was it.
The same, yeah. Yeah, that was so funny.
What about you?
So on the farts trend, the one that sticks to me, your BFF, I think was her first appearance. We had the little
Oh yeah, they did the fart prank
the
on
fart
her.
machine. That thing sends me
Yeah.
every single time I see it.
She kept her cool, and
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was
Bro,
just
she kept
talking
going.
through
She
the
just
whole
kept going.
thing.
She just kept going. It
So
sends
this was when we had
Northeast
a
Ohio.
machine that would fart.
Akron.
That's
that
what
deal,
yeah.
This is like her first day.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay.
Did
What is
you
it?
get to try them? Those are
Was
not the best ones from-
This is very early in her bars. I don't think
Yeah,
it's her
she
first
looks
day.
so young.
But we asked.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
Yeah.
I was at
and-
Blue Haven on Megan.
Okay.
You peaked as a show.
Yeah, this is there.
You got
So it's like Red Bull.
he said some like
This is the best episode
he
ever.
does talk like he's from Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah, she's like not. She's just not even like acknowledging it at all.
Yeah, that and then more recently, Che, your brand new. I see this clip every single time and I die. The brand new way to piss
Oh yes.
sends me.
Yeah, any like
every
out of pocket
single
Che
time.
moment.
Every single time gets me.
Yeah. That's a million views on TikTok, right?
I think it's at like 1.3 million or something
go,
like that, and then
Jay.
it did insanely well on Instagram too. People love the new way to piss.
Yeah.
Summer 2023.
I saw some people doing it when I was at the beach.
There are also a bunch of comments where it's like, who the fuck is this guy?
The way you just end the argument with Brandon, like he's dead. He has no way to respond. He's a dead.
Oh, is that the checkmate?
Yeah, checkmate. He's like 20 feet under
Yeah,
the ground.
that's so funny.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, Brandon Brandon gets so much shit from everyone, and like kind of deservedly so. He brings it on himself, but I do miss Brandon and being around him as part of the show because he's a fun guy to interact with.
Yeah, fun is a tough word for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was never really that nice to me.
Really?
Not very bubbly.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I disagree. He DMs me all the time. Check in.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice guy. I like
Yeah.
Brandon.
What does he say to you over DM?
Check. The last thing he said to me was.
Yeah, like I'll walk by in the
I
hallway
like Katie stats.
and be like, "Hey," and he'll be like, "Fuck you," and I'm just like, "Okay." Like, how are you? Shut up.
On Saturday at 11:49 a.m., he said, "Let's dominate today."
This is an unlikely friendship that we've discovered.
Yeah, it's pretty regular.
I would have assumed you guys have never spoken.
Oh no, me and Brandon are cool.
Hell yeah.
Oh, wow.